Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a warlock and Wolverine at the same time? Look no further. We got the Karnstein Armlets for you, baby. Let's do it. What's up, folks? Bodies here, and today we're going to be talking about the new updated Karnstein Armlets, or what I like to call the Wolverine Claws, because that's what it makes you feel like. They are badass. So what did Bungie do to them to update them? They made it to where melee kills will instantly regen a portion of your health, and then they will give you continuous healing for 8 seconds. You are a freaking juggernaut with these things. They are so cool. So we're going to do a review for PvP and PvE. First up, PvP. Alright, before we actually get started with the review, I wanted to mention a few things about these gauntlets, and the first thing is that the Vampire's Caress perk can be reset, and what I mean by that is that you do not have to let the 8-second timer count down all the way before you actually go and proc the perk again. So you can melee kill several things in a row and it'll just jump the timer right back up to 8 seconds. Another thing I want to mention is that this thing stacks in a rift, so your health regen will just be off the chain if you have the Vampire Caress perk active and a rift going at the same time. So what was I using in PvP? I went with a bottom tree Stormcaller, and mainly I went with that for the Rising Storm perk. And basically what that does is when you get a melee hit, it regens some of your melee energy. So a little bit of synergy right there. I liked it pretty well for PvP. So actual PvP review. These things are fantastic. They've got to be like at least top 3 PvP exotic armor pieces for the Warlock. It's crazy. You go in there and you get a melee kill, and then you're walking around, running around with a healing rift on top of you. You can face tank so much damage. I mean, there was times where there'd be 1 or 2 guys just pounding me in the face, and I'm just over there just taking it, just shooting back and able to get some kills under fire, and it's just super strong. But it's not overpowered in a way, because melee kills aren't all that easy to come by. I mean, if you're one of these players that just like, maybe you're just like super good with melees and you get melee kills 50 times a game or whatever, you know what I'm saying, exaggeration, but like if you're one of those kind of people who plays up close and can get melee kills, these gauntlets are for you. And even somebody like me, who I would probably prefer to kind of pick with Vigilance Wing or Graviton from distance, but even with me, I mean, I was getting some kills with this thing and able to push on people immediately. One of the downsides that I had to this is that if any of you have Regic's Claymore, it's almost like running the Regic's Claymore in a way, because if you'll know, with the Regic's Claymore, you get a kill and then you get that buff, and the problem is when you get that buff, you immediately want to find somebody to use that buff on. And it's the same way with these gauntlets. Like, as soon as you get a melee kill, you want to find somebody to attack, because you're going to be so much stronger than them and have such an advantage in a 1v1 with your health regen like this that you're almost guaranteed to win the fight. Like, it's crazy how strong it is. And I had 2 melee mods on the Stormcaller, and then I was getting the synergy with Rising Storm, so I'd melee somebody, and then as soon as you melee somebody, your melee's back like a third of the way as soon as you melee somebody. So I was always having melees. I really liked running this on the Stormcaller over the other subclasses just because of the extended melee range on the Stormcaller. I run Titan a lot with the Syntheseps, and I found it a little bit disheartening on the other subclasses with their melee range. I forgot how bad melee range is when you don't have an exotic that actually boosts it, or a class that boosts it in some way. So sometimes in PvP, I was trying to melee from ranges that, you know, that you're never going to hit. So that was kind of getting me in trouble. But other than that, these things are stellar in PvP. Highly recommend. Now, let's talk about them for PvE. For PvE, I was running Top Tree Dawnblade, and the reason I'm running that is because we're going to get Swift Strike here, which basically means when you get a melee hit, it increases your movement speed as well as your reload speed. And another thing that I really liked about the Top Tree Dawnblade, a huge synergy effect, is that airborne kills recharge your grenade and melee energy. And this recharge is pretty good, because it's pretty easy in PvE to get airborne kills. And it was only taking about 3 or 4 enemy kills for my melee charge to get all the way back up. So the synergy is there. You're running around, you're meleeing things. I was running Crimson, so I'd melee target, get the kill, get the Vampire's Caress perk. I'd jump up in the air, start shooting things down with Crimson, and they're not going to kill you with the Vampire's Caress on. And then you kill a few things, and then your melee charges back, and then you just rinse and repeat. I found that I was running into large groups of enemies, just like meleeing things, shooting a little bit to get them weak, and then meleeing the next guy, and you can just constantly keep Vampire's Caress active as long as there's some small adds to shoot. One downfall is that you can get yourself in trouble, especially in strikes with the glass modifier. I wouldn't recommend this for glass because it's a little dangerous. You're having to run up in there against a bunch of enemies with glass, and they're going to shred you probably before you can actually get the melee kill. But these gauntlets are super effective. The health regen is crazy strong. I was able to run through wizards and knights and whatever else to go up and get the kill on them. Works really well with the shotgun as well. If you like pushing things with the shotgun, you just melee one of your smaller enemies, and then you press with a shotgun. And these things are just super awesome. I love them. But that's going to conclude the review today. I would highly recommend these in PvP and PvE. Thank y'all for watching the video. If you would, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel and my self-esteem. Hey, with that, I'm out.